Hello everyone, myself Dipesh, and today I'll be giving a demonstration of Apache Hive. Apache Hive is a component of the Hot-on data platform, which provides a SQL-like interface to access data stored on the Hadoop file system. So guys, let's get started. For this demonstration, we'll be using the data given for the Hive tutorial of Hot-on Sandbox. Link for the same will be given in the description below. Download the dataset and unzip it in a local folder. Now we will upload these files to our sandbox. For that we'll be using a FTP client called WinSCP. So here in the left hand side you can see the files that I have downloaded and unzipped. So for this demonstration we are using the drivers and timesheet.csv files. In the right hand side I have the sandbox file system open to the root/hdp folder. So I'll just drag and drop these files to copy to this sandbox. Okay, now next we need to copy these files to the Hadoop file system. For that we'll be needing a terminal to the sandbox. For this we are using the PuTTY client. Now in the PuTTY terminal, let's check we are in which folder. Okay, so we are in the same folder where we have copied our data files. Now let's check if these files are present. Yeah, the driver.csv and timesheet.csv are present in this folder. Now next we need to check if these files are present in our Hadoop file system. So here this command will check the files present in user/hive folder in the Hadoop file system. So here we can see that the driver and timesheet files are not present. So next we need to copy these files to the Hadoop file system. So this command basically executes so this command over here has a copy from local command, which copies the file from the local file system to the Hadoop files to a folder in the Hadoop file system. Okay, let's also execute the command to copy the timesheet.csv file. Okay, now let's again check the the folder. Okay, so here we can see that these two files have successfully made it to the Hadoop file system. Okay, so before we start querying Hive, let me tell you how to navigate to it first. So this is the Ambari dashboard, and over here from the top bar you can select Hive view to open the Hive user interface. I have that already open in another tab over here. So this is the Hive user interface. In the middle we have the composition area where we'll be writing the queries, and we'll click this execute button to execute the query. In the bottom of the page we have the log and results tab, wherein we will see the result, and in the left hand side we have the database explorer, wherein we can see the database objects. So for this demo I have created this demo database. um, okay, now let's start with querying Hive. So for this demonstration we'll first create a temporary driver table which will hold the data of our driver.csv file. Now let's click on execute. So this table basically has just one column of string data type. So this query does not produce any results, so we can just refresh the database explorer to view if the table has been created. So here we can see that the table is created. Now let's populate this table. So for that we'll be using a load data command. So load data command populates the table temp drivers with the content of the file driver.csv. So let's execute this query. So the execution has completed. We can click on this icon to view the content of temp drivers table. Okay, so here we can see that the call value column of the temp driver table is populated. Okay, now let's create the actual drivers table, which has some more columns like driver ID, name, SSN, location, certified, and wage plan. Click on execute. Let's refresh database explorer to see if the table has been created or not. Okay, so here we can see that drivers table has been created. Now let's populate this table. So we are trying to populate this table from the temp driver table, which has just one column. However, we are using regular expression to extract the corresponding values for the driver ID, name, SSN, location, and location, certified, and wage plan columns in the drivers table. So let's execute this query. Again, this type of query does not return any result. So let's just check the content of the drivers table. Okay, so here we can see that all the columns driver, name, SSN, location, certified, and wage plan have been populated successfully. Okay, so we have another file timesheet. So we will be using the similar technique by creating a temporary table first to load the data of the timesheet.csv file. Okay, so here we are creating a temporary timesheet with a single column call value of string data type, and we are loading it with the timesheet.csv file. So let's do this. Okay, so let's refresh database explorer and see if the timesheet has been created, and let's check if the table has been populated. Okay, so this looks good as well. It has been populated successfully. Okay, so now next uh, we will create an actual timesheet table with some actual columns like driver ID, week, hours logged, and miles logged. And again, we will be populating it with the temporary timesheet table, and we'll be using regular expressions to extract the corresponding values of these columns. Okay, so let's click on execute. Okay, so let's refresh database explorer and check in the demo database. So timesheet has been created. Let's check the content of the table. Okay, so all the columns have been successfully populated. So now since we are ready with our actual data, let's try something else. So here we'll be trying a group by clause. Okay, so in this query we are grouping by the data by the driver ID, and we are trying to find out the total number of hours and miles logged for a particular driver ID. So let's execute this. So here we can see the output of the query, the driver ID, this sum of hours logged, the sum of the miles logged. Okay, let's try something else. So we'll be using the same query, however we'll be extending it with the join by joining it with the drivers table to fetch the name, as well as the other query did not return the name. So let's execute this. So here you can see the result where we can see the driver ID. Now the name has come as well, the total hours, total miles. So guys, that's it for this demonstration. Thank you very much.